Hey everyone, welcome to Review Time. I'm your host Islip, and I told you I wasn't going to just be doing video game stuff. I was going to be doing other stuff as well. Back to, I wasn't giving up review time. Unfortunately, I really haven't bought anything new for the last few weeks because I have been trying to get my PS4 stuff in order. But anyway, I did pick this guy up a few weeks back. Actually a few months back. I think I picked him up in September. And I just haven't had a chance to get around to review him for whatever, or maybe October, I don't know. No, September. I got him I got him, I think, either just after I got Wheeljack or just before. I forget. But anyway, this is the Transformers Generations Voyager Drift from the movie line. Obviously, since they were going for the more simplified figures and transformations, they really couldn't put all that focus into turning this robot into a Bugatti that turns into a helicopter. So instead, they made two figures. They made the deluxe version. Sorry, my brain is farting. The deluxe version that turns into the Bugatti, which I don't really get why he turns into a Bugatti. That doesn't make any sense to me because he's basically Japanese themed. He may not be Japanese because, obviously, but he's Japanese themed. So why does he turn into an Italian car? And then he turns into a helicopter. Now, in the movie, I'll be honest with you, the helicopter looks a little silly. So, yeah. But the helicopter mold that they used for this guy, I forget who I think it was a Skyhammer they used. I forget who the original body was, but this was reused from one of the last movie lines. And it works fairly okay. I think it works okay. It's pretty cool. See if we can get a close-up on his face a bit. Let's bend him down so I don't have to stand the camera up. But you can see his face. It's a smiley samurai helmet and weird mask-looking face. I like the face, but it still creeps me out. I like that his eyes are that blue. And I'm using natural light today. I'm not using my normal lights as I could not be bothered to go and get them out. To be honest with you, I'm sorry. So I'm using, there's sunlight behind me. Yeah, and he's pretty okay looking. Definitely doesn't look as drifty as he should. I mean, the colors match, but there's a lot of helicopter stuff around, and his proportions are definitely off from the movie. But honestly, I think this kind of works. This kind of reminds me of what they did with Bludgeon, except not as skeletal. So articulation, his arms move 360 at the shoulder. They do move in and out. They rotate here at the upper bicep, bend at the elbow, and your hands do that, and that's it. For there, got a waist rotation. Legs go all the way back, go all the way forward, bends at the knee, swivels just below the knee, and your feet, due to transformation, have some posability, and I just put the heels up. So yeah, so you can get them in some different poses if you'd like. Head is on a ball joint, so head and neck, I should say, because it's the head and it's a head molded with a neck, but a bit of a ball joint, so you can do that. Rotate the head around if you want to exorcist him. And yeah, now he comes with this, which is actually two swords, but it has the ability to plug into one. I go back and forth between whether I want, and it fits in there very well, whether I want two swords or one, and rotate that around so we'll have it with two swords. And I lost the box. I have misplaced the box. I went to go get the box and realized it was the box for the Evasion Mode Optimus. And I have no idea where I put the box. So I was going to show you the box. The instructions were in the box. So you're just going to have to bear with me. But yeah. So yeah, you can have the two swords. And before we go any further, let's get a size comparison. We're going to go with Masterpiece Wheeljack. Because, you know, it's Wheeljack. And Wheeljack is the coolest. So he's about the same height. He looks on the camera a little bit taller, but that's actually just the crest. Face-wise, they're both about the same height. So yeah, if he wasn't so movie-looking, he could just fit in with the Masterpieces fairly well, I think. But yeah, you can get various different poses. You know, just gotta get the feet. That actually looks horrible. I'm usually pretty good at. There we go. That's a bit of a better pose. His helicopter blade, unfortunately, is sticking out just a wee bit farther than up. And I guess you can kind of see over it with one eye, but that will mess with his depth perception. Now he does come with. I have him plugged back here. He does come with two of these rocket launcher missile pod things, whatever. I don't know what they're called. I probably did know what they're called, but I'm a little out of practice with my reviews, if you couldn't tell. But they do fit on his arms, like so, and they have the little clip bars so you can clip other weapons to it. I don't really like putting them on Drift because Drift doesn't use anything but his swords. He doesn't use rockets and stuff. Although rockets, well, anyway, it doesn't matter. It's cool. I like it, but it just feels a little weird to have him have guns. So I just put him in there, and it also fills out. Excuse me. Fills out the back pretty decently too. So I'm gonna go ahead and transform him, and we'll see what the other mode looks like, if you haven't already watched anybody else's reviews. Okie dokie, so here we go. We have the helicopter mode. It's a pretty nice looking helicopter mode. Let's bring the camera down just a wee bit. Yep, propeller spins fairly nicely. Yeah. Now you can take the rocket pods. Let's move the camera over a little bit so it's not blocking the light at all. There we go. And you can put the rocket pods on. There are various places you can put them on. You can leave them on the what were the arms on the side here. You can also stick them underneath here, and it looks like you might be able to stick something under here. Yeah, you can stick it also under there, but then it looks a little weird to have it there, and none up here. So I'll go ahead and put them on, because he is a helicopter after all, and it would just kind of be silly to have a helicopter that should be armed, not armed. So yeah, and it's fairly cohesive. I mean, over here there's a little bit of gap-ish, but otherwise, and I keep knocking these things forward. Knock them forward, you can see the turbines. You can see where his head is. But yeah, it's pretty nice. Again, propeller spins pretty well. I didn't do the transformation because I always forget steps, and I didn't want to have to bore y'all with me retracing my steps. Now you've got these, which unfortunately do not really, like the instructions that and I looked at the instructions just to make sure. Do not tell you any place you can put them. There are a number of things you can do. There are pegs right here, holes, whatever, and I guess you could, let's see if we can, maybe I'm wrong. Stick them on here. You can stick them on the edge of the wings like so, which look fairly silly to be honest, but you can do that. You have a helicopter with blades, or you can, if you want to, stick them under here. There's a hole, peg hole that they fit in, and that looks actually even worse. You can, while it's flying, I guess, stick them here. No, that is too big, that won't fit. Maybe here? Well, there are places that you can kind of jimmy it in, but they don't really fit the decor very well, to be honest. Normally I just leave them to the side, but yeah, it looks nice. I love the G2 coloring, to be honest with you. This reminds me of Smoke Jumper, I think they call them. Dreadwing and Smokescreen. Dreadwing and Smokescreen. That's what the colors kind of remind me of. Just Generation 2-ish. Teal and darker blue. Little pink would have been nice. So, to get in some size comparisons, here he is with a deluxe figure. Deluxe Wheeljack. Will just so you can get an idea of how they would scale and whatever. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Not gonna be it's already 11 minutes. Darn it. Well, yeah, that's pretty much it. I like this figure. It's what, 22 to 24 bucks. Is it worth it? I'm not unhappy with my purchase, so you know, I'm not saying I'm super happy, but it's a pretty good purchase, and kind of makes me want to get the other versions of Drift. So that's it. I'm Islip. I can neither say get it or tell you to stay away from it. That will have to be one of those personal preferences. I'm sort of in the middle, but more towards liking it. It's not super perfect, and unfortunately, it works with my movie figures, but it doesn't work with my other figures for the most part, unfortunately. And it's okie dokie. It's okie dokie. And it doesn't look like the helicopter he turned into in the movie. That's a good thing. That is a very good thing. It's just too bad they couldn't find a way to maybe have this like peg under here, maybe, or go along the side, or just peg underneath here would be nice. Just like pegging underneath here so that it's just kind of out of the way, just going along with the body, just out of the way underneath. That would have been nice. That would have actually been a good idea. But they're working with a mold that wasn't made for this character, and they just kind of managed to fit the character. And so, I mean, I guess I can. That's okie dokie, and just do what I do with some of my other figures. Just kind of put the swords off to the side if I'm going to have it in this mode. And yeah, so now I can put him away because he's been out with my current displayed stuff, and he really does not fit because they're more like they're more masterpiece figures, and this is movie doesn't work. But I like this figure. I like the transformation's a little well, no, the transformation is not fun. I'll be honest with you, not fun at all. I don't have fun, at least. But both modes look like they should, so I can't fault that. So that's it. I'm Islip, and thanks for watching. See, look, if there was just some way that could just kind of clip on right under here, just clip under there just like that. See, it doesn't really stick out much. It kind of goes along with it, and that would work, That would just kind of work. It would just, you know. But, yeah. Yeah, maybe just getting one of those clear rubber bands will work. Anyway, okay, I'm Islip again. Bye.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Good morning, Cybertron! With your hosts, Kingston 333, Adam, Oscar, Max Ross Linden, and for Mercy, Holson, it is 9 9s, T2 RX6, Skullface, Rain 9, Islipcocoliso, Dr. What, and Blunghole, the tapeworm of Unicron.